你好，我是 Katrina. In today's lesson, I'm going to give you some examples how you use measure words in real life. A lot of my students say, if I learn a word, 个, it is a general measure word, so I can use 个 to apply everything in life. Why do I have to learn so many different measure words? It is just like when I'm learning German, some people say most of the gender is feminine, die. So everything I need to say is die all the way. How do you feel if you're a German listening to a foreigner saying die, this feminine thing all the time? It doesn't sound really good, right? Well, measure word in Mandarins, they are important for a reason. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you with two examples to show you that how important it is to know a certain measure word in Mandarin Chinese. So let's get started. Number one, 你好，我要一杯咖啡。你要大杯还是小杯？我要大杯，谢谢。One more time. 你好，我要一杯咖啡。你要大杯还是小杯？我要大杯，谢谢。What did you cover in the first example? Let's break it down one by one. First of all, 你好，我要一杯咖啡。Hello, I want a cup of coffee. 一杯咖啡。A cup of coffee. And the other person say, 你要大杯还是小杯？ You see, 你要 you want 大杯 big cup 还是 here means or 还是 it is a question or so this is a question or 还是 you want big cup or small cup 你要大杯还是小杯 You see what I'm doing here? I omit the noun 咖啡 It was originally 你要大杯咖啡还是小杯咖啡 But because we know that we are talking about coffee 咖啡 So the noun is omitted in the second or following sentences. This example tells you that in the daily real life, if the context is given or the noun is implied, we don't need to talk about the noun when we are in the conversation. We can just use the specific measure word to replace the noun. So, the person asks, 你要大杯还是小杯? Well, obviously, they omit the noun, just the measure word. So from the measure word, you can know that we're talking about cup of coffee. All right, 你要大杯还是小杯? And the person answer, 大杯，谢谢。Again, in this answer, you don't see the noun 咖啡 because it's so obvious, it's given, the context is clear, you don't have to say the noun again. So my point is, it is necessary to learn a certain measure word in Mandarin Chinese because we omit the noun all the time. By knowing a certain measure word of Mandarin Chinese, you know which noun, what context we are talking about in real life. This is the reason I said it's necessary to learn measure words in Mandarin. I know there are hundreds of measure words in Mandarin. As far as I know, more than 200 measure words in Mandarin. There are measure words for nouns, there are measure words for times of action. But no worry about that and don't panic. For measure word, if you see one, you learn one. You don't need a chart of measure word and then to eat it up all at once. You don't have to do that. So my suggestion is, if you see one, you learn one. You learn that in the real life, in the real context. That will help you the most. Okay, example number 2. 这两本书是我的，你要看吗？哪本好看？我觉得这本好看。 这本还好。你要看这本吗？ Alright, let's hear the conversation one more time. 这两本书是我的，你要看吗？哪本好看？我觉得这本好看，这本还好。你要看这本吗？ So now let's break the conversation down. First of all, I say 这两本书是我的。So I use the specifier 这两本 two 这两本书 these two books 是我的 is mine 你要看吗 Do you want to read? You want to read? 你要看吗 And the other person asks 哪本好看 Which one is good? So 好看 literally means good read, but it means interesting to read or good to read, talking about books, okay? So 哪本 na is which 本 you see what I'm doing here? I omit the book, okay, the noun book. So in this context, it's so obvious that we are talking about books, so we just omit book. 哪本 like which one? 好看 is good to read. 哪本好看 And the other person say, 我觉得 I think. Whenever you're talking about how you feel, your opinion, how you think, you can say 我觉得 So 我觉得 I think 这本好看 Again, I omit the noun 书 So this 这本好看 This one is good. And 那本 that one还好 means so-so. 这本好看，那本还好。Again, I omit the noun. And then the last sentence, the person suggests that 你要看这本吗 Do you want to read this one? So 这本 is this one. 本 is the measure word for book. Again, I omit the noun. 你要看这本吗Alright, so that's all for all the example that I'm showing you how to use measure word in real life and how important measure word is in real life. And also, did you notice that in English you say this one, that one, this one, that one, right? Or which one? But in Mandarin, it's hard to translate directly from English to Mandarin to say this one because it always depending on the measure word. Sometimes it's 这本, sometimes it's 这个, sometimes it's 这杯, this cup. So yeah, so one of my biggest challenges is to explain to a total beginner it is not okay to translate directly from English to Mandarin. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you like this video lesson and would like to learn more, I do have a whole collection of beginners course. It's a lifetime course on Teachable. So if you're interested, please hit the link down below in the description box. I have a whole complete beginners course and pronunciation course on my Teachable platform. And also, if you want to support me and my work and watch my video, you can also support me with a monthly subscription on my Patreon. I'll also put the link down below. Until then, I will see you next time. 谢谢你们，再见。
Hi everyone, my name is M and I'd like to tell you about my experience with Smart Mandarin. Now, Katrina Lee is a passionate and hardworking Chinese teacher. She creates amazing lessons that are filled with humor, they are engaging and quite interactive. And out of every lesson, you come out learning something completely different and new that is quite usable. So if you'd like to learn Chinese, just the practical aspects of it, or you'd like to become quite proficient in Chinese, Smart Mandarin and Katrina Lee will offer something for you. Whether you're doing it one-on-one or you're doing it in a group, she can do it. So what I'd like to do is, I'd like to send a message to Li Lao Shi. Li Lao Shi, 谢谢你，你是最好的中文老师，谢谢，再见。
Katrina, I'm Brian. I'm from the Philippines. Actually, I have been working here in Taiwan for almost 9 years, and unfortunately, I haven't learned to speak the language. That's why I tried to find something on YouTube that can help me. That's when I came across your channel. It's a great channel because I'm now learning some of the basic words that I used to say in English whenever I communicate with my Taiwanese co-workers, and hopefully I get better at speaking Mandarin with your help. Thank you. Bye.
你好，Katrina，我是沙迪，我来自印度，我是学生。Katrina, I'm learning Mandarin from YouTube page for 6 months, but I have many doubts because of all lessons are not there to learn Mandarin. So I want to join your classes on Patreon to learn full Mandarin. Thank you so much.
你好, Katrina. My name is Ron Clabo, and I'm an entrepreneur in the United States. And I'm a beginner trying to learn Mandarin, and I'm particularly interested in Mandarin the way it's spoken in Taiwan, as I've visited there 4 times and would like to visit again. So your YouTube videos have been really helpful to me, and I just really enjoy them. Thank you so much. I would love to have access to your Teachable Mandarin Beginners course. I hope you'll consider me. 谢谢